What's going on, everybody? This is Steve with the MrBigKid Channel. Thank you all for watching and thank you all for tuning in. Today I have another comparison video for you. We're going to be comparing the Masterbuilt Gravity 560 digital charcoal grill with the Pit Boss 820 pellet grill. They're both digital grills, except the one uses charcoal and a fan to modulate heat, and the other one uses pellets and a fan and an auger to feed and modulate heat. Which one will produce a better product? Which one's easier to operate? We're gonna be cooking 2 pork shoulders. We're gonna throw them on the smokers tomorrow morning, which is gonna be just in a couple seconds for you guys, but I'm gonna season them up tonight. So if I can season them now, then that means all I have to do tomorrow is fill up the smokers, charcoal, pellets, and fire them up. We're going with El Diablo mesquite lump charcoal with mesquite wood chips on the Masterbuilt, and on the Pit Boss we'll be using Traeger brand mesquite pellets. Did I mention that you should probably think about subscribing to the channel right now? Firearms and barbecue. That's what I do, that's what I love. The channel is all about firearms and barbecue. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. That little bell, click it. All right, let's go. So we have 2 very similar pork shoulder roasts, 7.9 pounds, and this one's 8 pounds. So very similar, same price and everything. We're gonna open them up and we're gonna give them a real simple seasoning. Himalayan pink salt. We have garlic powder, paprika. We're gonna do some mustard, some ground mustard seed, cinnamon to add a little bit of sweetness, and white pepper, yellow mustard. This will be our binder. Morning, everybody. It's a new day. Let's get these grills uncovered and fired up. The grills are both up to 250 degrees, so we're gonna stick this probe right here. We're gonna be smoking these pork shoulders at 250. Pretty much gonna take all day, so we're just gonna sit back. We're gonna keep an eye on these things right now. Right now it's 7:41. The pellet grill is a lot easier to light. It's really a matter of making sure the hopper is full and opening the grill chamber door, turning it to smoke. We're waiting for the pellets to completely ignite, close the door, set it to temp. Masterbuilt, as you can see, I forgot to take out the sliders that starve the coal. When I did that, that thing fired right up. But with the Masterbuilt, you have to obviously make sure the hopper is full, and then you have to dump your ash pan, and then you have to light a fire or at least get the coals lit manually on the bottom of that hopper. Once they're lit and there's a good amount of smoke coming out the top, you can close all the doors, make sure the lid's closed, and you can set your temperature. So it's not hard. It is a little bit more work than the pellet grill though. So kind of more fun though. I really like making that little fire in the bottom. Okay, 10:15. It's been about 2.5 hours. Our internal temp on the Masterbuilt is 96. Let's see how we're looking. It's getting some nice color. You know, it doesn't have that wow look yet, but it's only been 2.5 hours, so we're just gonna let this go. Now this guy on the Pit Boss, we're sitting at 117 degrees, so it's a little bit ahead. Let's see how we're looking on the Pit Boss. About the same, you're getting some good color, kind of splitting a little bit, that's all right. Looks great. One thing to keep in mind with the two smokers, the Masterbuilt will stop feeding, it'll stop heating up when you open the lid. Gives you a chance to look at it, do something to the meat if you need to. The Pit Boss, on the other hand, doesn't know when you open the lid. All it sees is a temperature drop. So when you open that lid and that temperature escapes, or that heat escapes, this thing's gonna start overcompensating and you can easily burn or cook your meat the way you don't wanna cook it. So real quick tip for you. There's actually, if you look at the Masterbuilt, you got a little button right here, and that's what tells the fan to stop heating up. The lid's open. So either way, we're holding temps really well on both, so we're just gonna let them keep going. All right, it is 12 o'clock right now. Internal temp is 139 on the Masterbuilt. Look at that glorious hunk of meat. Oh yeah. All right, let's check the other guy. Internal temp on the Pit Boss is 154. Ooh, yeah. This one is looking a lot juicier than the Masterbuilt. So we're about 5 hours in, and both meats are roughly in the 150 range. One's reading 148, and the other one is reading 158. So I made this sauce. It's real simple. Worcestershire, brown sugar, and apple juice. Simple ingredient, but the brown sugar should help caramelize a little bit. So we're gonna start every hour, every 2 hours, we're gonna give it a lather of this good stuff. So let's do that. That looks real good. Start introducing a little moisture to these guys. All right, so it's been almost 7 hours. Internal temp on Masterbuilt is 163. Internal temp on Pit Boss is 169. So let's give it a little saucing. Look at that guy. I think that still looks better though. Look at that thing. Okay, 8 hours in, we are sitting at 172 on the Masterbuilt. Looking amazing. All right, Pit Boss, we are sitting at 185 internal. Good, man, that looks fantastic. It's been about 9.5 hours, and Pit Boss is reading 193.2. So we're gonna open it up and see if it feels tender and do a little temp check on it. First, look at that. All right, let's do a little temp check and see how we're looking here. Ooh, yeah, that's very tender, no doubt about that. Oh, good Lord, it just sinks right in. You know, I think we're gonna wrap it, pull it. Let's check the Masterbuilt. Oh, they both smell good. This one I'm gonna let go for a little bit longer. I'm gonna pull the Pit Boss though. This is from the Pit Boss Pellet Grill. This guy is done. We're just gonna wrap it and let it sit for about 30 minutes until the other guy is done as well. Looks great. Very red, has a nice crust on it. Sticky. I think it's gonna be delicious. I have a feeling that the Masterbuilt is done now. Let's see, it's been about 20 minutes longer than the Pit Boss, And we're reading 182 internal temp, but I think it's hotter than that. I don't want to overcook it this time. One thing I want you guys to notice is listen to how much quieter this fan is compared to the pellet grill. You can barely hear it. So that's a nice thing, because the pellet grill can get a little obnoxious with how loud that fan is. Okay, this feels very tender. Very juicy. Oh, it's gonna be another good one, guys. Okay, we're gonna pull it. This is the pork shoulder from the Masterbuilt. So you can tell it's a lot darker. Seems to have a little more of a crust on it, a little more of a bark. Still a very nice burgundy red color. So we're gonna wrap this for a little while too, let the juices settle. And then let's cut into them. A moment of truth, we have the Pit Boss shoulder right here. And then we have the Masterbuilt shoulder right there. So we're gonna start with the Pit Boss because that's been resting longer, and then we're gonna go to the Masterbuilt. We're gonna completely shred them, we're gonna inspect them, and we're gonna taste them, and we're gonna try to see which one's better in general, which one looks better, which one tastes better. Okay. Pit Boss right here. Let's give it a rip. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice smoke penetration right here. Nice and red around the edges. Nice red color around the edge. That looks really good. Whew, definitely still pretty warm. Let me take the spatula here. See, we just rip the bone out. Look at that. Bone just came right out like nothing. This is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All right, look at this piece right here. I'm gonna give this one a try. Lots of flavor. Not too much sweetness. Ooh, that's really good. You can definitely taste smokiness, no doubt. It doesn't taste under or over smoked whatsoever. Here is the Masterbuilt. Let's see how this looks. So you see the complexion of this cook is a lot darker. Seems to be shredding just as nice, and thank God it's not dried out. That's great. Grab that bone, just rip the bone right out. Excellent. Bone came right out. So we can get a chunk out of here. Of course, I got to give this thing a try too. This is gonna be my piece. Totally different flavor. Again, very smoky, deep smoke penetration, but this one actually has a bit of a charcoal flavor with it. It's almost that flavor that you're missing when you're not using a stick burner. That's kind of what you're getting with this, which is very interesting. But then again, you are using charcoal as your fuel source with wood. So essentially it's kind of like a stick burner, except using a fan to assist your cook. I'm gonna go ahead, shred the rest of this, then we'll look at them together compared. Here are the two products. You have the Pit Boss, and then you have the Masterbuilt. Color is a little, I like the color better on the Masterbuilt, but the Pit Boss still has a very very smoky flavor, just a little more mild. This one, the Masterbuilt, you can really taste the charcoal. Obviously with this one, you don't taste the charcoal flavor. It's hard to tell. I would say it's a toss-up, but just to give you guys an answer, I think the Masterbuilt right here wins for flavor. Well, there you guys have it. Another cook for the books. I think they both came out really good. Now my overall synopsis, I'd have to say the Masterbuilt wins for flavor. It's a lot smokier. I mean, there's a lot of smoke coming out of that smoker. You're combusting charcoal and you're combusting wood chips or wood chunks. Whereas the pellet grill, you're combusting just the wood pellets. So obviously you get a charcoal flavor, which I really appreciate. Some people won't like that. Some people think it might be a little too harsh. The pellet grill does seem to burn a lot cleaner, whereas the Masterbuilt does not burn nearly as clean. Very sooty. I will say the actual smoke was, or the actual meat was a lot darker on the Masterbuilt, whereas on the Pit Boss it was just more red. It was very caramelized. Masterbuilt was more of a bark. I liked them both. I really did. If I was to eat either or, I would be happy with both results. I might have pulled a little tiny bit too early on the Masterbuilt. The very center of that pork was a little underdone. Not raw. I mean, it was very well done, but not quite barbecue done. You want that internal temp to be somewhere in the 195 range. I don't know what the center temp of that was, but when I was probing it, it was in the 190, 192-ish. Either way, it was delicious. The outer edges pulled just fine. Pellet grill, a lot more convenient. You literally turn the switch on and set your temp. That's it. Masterbuilt, you have to light a fire. You have to obviously make sure you're full of charcoal, and it burns through the fuel a lot quicker. The Pit Boss, I didn't have to refill the hopper at all, and we still have at least half a hopper full of pellets. The Masterbuilt, I had to basically dump the entire bag of lump inside the hopper throughout the cook, but that's part of it. It just is what it is. Love them both. I love both of my grills. Don't intend to get rid of either. I think they each have their own unique place in my smoker collection. So just as well, I like to use the digital smokers a lot. I don't use my stick burner nearly as much because I love the convenience, and it gives me more opportunity to experiment when you have such an easy smoker to maintain. That's my take. I hope you guys don't think this review was biased whatsoever. I really tried to pit them side by side, cooking at the same temps, cooking the same cut of meat, cooking with the same type of rub and marinade. So that's the end product, and that's what I found in this round 2 of the Masterbuilt 560 Gravity versus the Pit Boss 820 Deluxe. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I had a lot of fun doing this, and as always, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up and help support me by promoting this video in any way you can. I very much appreciate that. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, that little tiny bell, so you get notified when I make either barbecue or firearm videos. Like I said, I love them both. I love guns. I love barbecue. It's just, I just love them. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.